On Friday of that week, things were back to normal. You know what Charles did today? Laurie demanded at the lunch table in a voice slightly awed. He told a girl to say a word, and she said it, and the teacher washed her mouth out with soap, and Charles laughed. What word? His father asked unwisely. And Laurie said, I'll have to whisper it to you, it's so bad. He got down off his chair and went around to his father. His father bent his head down and Laurie whispered joyfully. His father's eyes widened. Did Charles tell the little girl to say that? He asked. She said it twice, Laurie said. Charles told her to say it twice. What happened to Charles? My husband asked. Nothing, Laurie said. He was passing out the crayons. Monday morning, Charles abandoned the little girl and said the evil word himself 3 or 4 times, getting his mouth washed out with soap each time. He also threw chalk. My husband came to the door with me that evening as I set out for the PTA meeting. Invite her over for a cup of tea after the meeting, he said. I'd like to get a look at her. If only she's there, I said prayerfully. Oh, she'll be there, my husband said. I don't see how they could hold a PTA meeting without Charles's mother. At the meeting, I sat restlessly, scanning each comfortable matronly face, trying to determine which one hid the secret of Charles. None of them looked to me haggard enough. No one stood up in the meeting and apologized for the way her son had been acting. No one mentioned Charles. After the meeting, I identified and sought out Laurie's kindergarten teacher. She had a plate with a cup of tea and a piece of chocolate cake. I had a plate with a cup of tea and a piece of marshmallow cake. We maneuvered up to one another cautiously and smiled. I've been so anxious to meet you, I said. I'm Laurie's mother. We're all so interested in Laurie, she said. Well, he certainly likes kindergarten, I said. He talks about it all the time. We had a little trouble adjusting the first week or two, she said primly, but now he's a fine little helper, with occasional lapses, of course. Laurie usually adjusts very quickly, I said. I suppose this time is Charles's influence. Charles? Yes, I said, laughing. You must have your hands full in that kindergarten with Charles. Charles? The teacher said. We don't have any Charles in the kindergarten.